You're watching Just the News. I'm Amita Balachandra. Now, nearly 2 years after custody, the Supreme Court has granted bail to journalist Siddique Kappan in a case filed against him by the UP police under the UAPA. Now, he was arrested along with 3 others in October 2020 while he was on his way to report the Hathras gang rape and murder case. A Dalit woman was gang raped and killed by 4 upper caste Thakur men on the 14th of September 2020. Now, Kappan had moved the Supreme Court after Allahabad High Court had denied him bail on the 2nd of August, saying that he had no work in Hathras. Now, a bench comprising Chief Justice U. Lalit and Justice S. Ravindra Bhatt said that the journalist will have to stay in Delhi for the next 6 weeks and mark his presence at a local police station. Now, the UP government had alleged Kappan had close links with the Popular Front of India and also had alleged that he was part of a conspiracy to foment religious conflicts in the country. In the meantime, in his petition to the Supreme Court, Kappan said that the Uttar Pradesh police had arrested him on the basis of trumped up charges. Moving on now, the Supreme Court has granted a stay on the demolition of Goa restaurant Curly's that was linked to BJP leader Sonali Phogat's murder case. This comes hours after civic authorities started the demolition process in the morning. Now, the demolition started around 9 a.m. as the restaurant had allegedly violated coastal regulation zone norms. It was being raised as its management failed to get clearance from the National Green Tribunal in a 2016 case. The tribunal upheld the Goa Coastal Zone Management Authority order to demolish the restaurant. Now, the court has sought a response from the Goa Coastal Management Authority by the 14th of September, and the next hearing in this particular case will be on the 16th of September. Now, to give you a context of the murder case, on 27th of August, the police said that Phogat's personal assistant Sudhir Sangwan and his aide Sukhwinder Singh confessed to having mixed an obnoxious chemical into a liquid and made Phogat drink it during a party which took place at this particular restaurant, Curly's restaurant, between the night of August 22nd and early hours of 23rd of August, and this is according to a report by Scroll. Now, PTI has reported that Goa's Coastal Zone Management Authority officials said that the fresh order to demolish the restaurant was issued on Thursday. Moving on to an update on the tax raids that took place at companies like CPR or Centre for Policy Research and Oxfam India. There are a couple of companies that have now put out statements. Now, CPR has said that they are confident that they've done nothing wrong. In a statement, CPR's President and Chief Executive Yamini Iyer said, and I quote, "We have extended full cooperation to the department during the survey and will continue to do so in the future. We hold ourselves to the highest standards of compliance and are confident that we have done nothing wrong." End quote. Now, raids were also conducted at Oxfam India and Bengaluru-based independent and public-spirited media foundation, among others, on Wednesday and Thursday. In fact, DigitPub condemned the tax raids that took place. But Oxfam India's statement post this raid is quite lengthy, and a couple of comments that have come in, which I'm going to now read out. In a lengthy statement released by Oxfam India, the company has said that the process of a survey with such sweeping powers and broad ambit resulted in disappointing the company. The NGO has said, and I quote, "During these 35 plus hours of non-stop survey, the Oxfam India team members were not allowed to leave the premises. Internet was shut down and all mobile phones were confiscated. The income tax survey team took away hundreds of pages of data pertaining to finances and programs of Oxfam India. They also took all the data by cloning the Oxfam India server and the private mobile phones of the senior leadership team and the finance lead." End quote. Now, the NGO also said that the survey was undertaken without giving them a reason, despite them filing all their statutory compliances. They went on to say, and I quote, The past 8 months have been distressing for Oxfam India. The IT survey and MHA's refusal to renew Oxfam India's FCRA registration will not reduce our commitment to serve the vulnerable communities in the country and uphold values enshrined in the Indian Constitution. End quote. Also in the news now, according to a report by ANI, 5 people, workers, were injured after a building collapsed in Delhi's Azad Market today. According to the Delhi police, the building collapsed because the structure could not bear weight. There is a statement that's come in from Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, who said, and I quote, "This accident is extremely saddening. Relief and rescue work is going on, and I'm taking the information from district administration," end quote. In the meantime, civic body MCD has said that substandard material was used for construction, and there was a heavy load of construction material on the building, which is what caused this collapse. The centre, in the meantime, has written to states to boost vaccination efforts as over 57,000 cattle have died till now due to lumpy skin disease. Now, lumpy skin disease is a contagious viral disease that spreads among cattle through mosquitoes, flies, lice and wasps by direct contact, as also through contaminated food and water. Now, the disease causes fever and nodules on the skin, and it can be fatal. According to Union Minister Parshottam Rupala, the disease is spread in several states including Gujarat, Rajasthan, which is the worst affected, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh. Moving on, now the Supreme Court has issued notice to the centre seeking its response on the protocol about internet shutdowns during public examinations. Now this comes after a petition was filed by NGO Software Freedom Law challenging arbitrary internet shutdowns to prevent cheating during public examinations. Now, to give you a couple of examples that have happened in the past, in Assam, the internet was shut down for 2 days to prevent candidates from cheating in government exams. Similarly, in Rajasthan last year, internet was shut down during the test to recruit teachers for classes 1 to 8. India has so far witnessed 683 internet shutdowns between 2012 and 2022, which is the highest in the world. Also in the news, Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai has said that he will build a master plan to solve Bengaluru's traffic, which not a lot of people are fond of. According to PTI, he said, and I quote, "For all the traffic related issues in and around Bengaluru, an authority will be created. Already we have taken a decision at the government level. I've already given my approval to it. In the next session, a legislation to this effect would be passed," end quote. Moving on now, the Ministry of External Affairs has said that India and China will complete the disengagement process in the Gogra-Hot Springs area in eastern Ladakh by September 12th. Now, MEA spokesperson Arinder Bakshi said, and I quote, "It has been agreed that all temporary structures and other allied infrastructure created in the area by both sides will be dismantled and mutually verified. The agreement endures that the LAC in this area will be strictly observed and respected by both sides, and that there will be no unilateral change in status quo," end quote. Now, yesterday, the two sides began the disengagement process after they arrived at a consensus in the 16th round of military level talks in July. Also, while inaugurating Kartavya Path, that was formerly known as Rajpath, yesterday, Prime Minister Modi has said, and I quote, "Kingsway or Rajpath, the symbol of slavery, has now become a matter of history from today and has been erased forever. A new history has been created in the form of Kartavya Path," end quote. Now, a statue of Subhash Chandra Bose was also inaugurated. Following this, Prime Minister Modi said that India followed the path shown by Bose, then it would have reached new heights, but the iconic leader was sadly forgotten and his symbols and ideas ignored. Moving on to business news now. To curb price rise, India has banned the export of broken rice. Now, the ban will not apply to the supply of consignments that are already being loaded. The shipping bill has been filed or the commodity has been handed over to the customs for clearance. Now, the government has also imposed a 20% export duty on various grades of rise. On to news coming in from across the globe now. Queen Elizabeth II, UK's longest serving monarch, has died at the age of 96 after reigning for 70 years. Now, her son King Charles III said that the death of his beloved mother was a moment of great sadness for him and his family, and that her loss would be deeply felt around the world. He said, and I quote, "We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother," end quote. Now, King Charles III is set to make an official address at 10:30 p.m. IST. He will officially succeed as the new monarch tomorrow. Now, a state funeral for the Queen is expected in the next 2 weeks. Now, Britain's royal family will observe a period of mourning that ends on the 7th day after the Queen's funeral, with flags at royal residence remaining at half-mast. Now, in the meantime, India has declared a one-day mourning as well on the 11th of September as a mark of respect on Queen Elizabeth II's demise. On to one piece of good news before we wrap things up here on this bulletin. Olympic champion Neeraj Chopra has added another feather to his cap after he created history by becoming the first Indian to win the Diamond League Final 2022 in Zurich yesterday. He won the prestigious Diamond Trophy with the best attempt of 88.44 meters. Neeraj Chopra has won the Olympic gold in 2021, the Asian Games gold in 2018, the Commonwealth Games gold in 2018, the World Athletics Championship silver in 2022. That brings us to the end of this bulletin. Thank you so much for watching.